It's there. Eat it, got it. Good. How sweet was that? Yeah. Putting holes in the ocean here. The exhilarating challenge of fly fishing for tarpon is unique for a number of reasons, not the least of which is the special bond created between angler and guide. Hello everybody, I'm Andy Mill. Today we're going to be stalking the majestic Silver King with a true Florida Keys legend, my fishing mentor and friend, Harry Spear. When it comes to fishing this skinny water, which stretches southward from the tip of Florida, nobody does it better. For 23 years, Harry's office has been the vodka clear flats that surround the fabled string of island pearls, which separate the Atlantic Ocean from the Gulf of Mexico and have accounted for more world record fish than any other place on Earth. Anglers who have fished with Harry over the years have come away with 6 world records and won 25 major tournaments. Because in no other type of fishing is the relationship between angler and guide so personal, so crucial. Anybody can get lucky occasionally, but the truly great fishermen have a special insight to the literally thousands of square miles of fishable water down here. Because each flat has its own personality, its own curious variables.
Hello.
Hey Harry, how you doing?
Stone Man.
Yeah, it's a poon flyer from the north.
I'm doing good. I'm just tying up some flies right now, getting ready for our trip.
You got any willing to eat?
I hope so. It's been pretty hard, but we're getting this beautiful weather, and I'm hoping that the new fish are going to come in the backcountry, and we'll find some happy ones that want to chew.
Anything special I should bring?
You know what? Why don't you bring a 10 weight? We might try some light tippets if there's some small fish around.
That'd be fun.
Okay.
Well, what time do you think you want to do it?
What do you think about 5:45? Can you get here then?
It's pretty early. But hey, well, that's the only good thing about being an insomniac. You have more hours to fish.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, see you in the morning.
See you tomorrow.
There's something about fishing that still brings out the kid in me. And the night before a trip to the Keys, I usually get less sleep than a child on Christmas Eve.
It's amazing how excited I get when I head down to the Keys. It used to be flying down a mountainside with deep snow or racing downhill, but now it's really chasing tarpon. And the sun's coming up like it is. It's early in the morning. It's only about 6 o'clock, getting ready to meet Harry at the boat ramp. Can't help but look ahead and hope I find a big tarpon swimming the flat, and even more so hope to find a big tarpon that'll eat a fly swimming the flat. But it's something else. It's really changed my life. Hey, my friend. How are you here? Good to see you. Look at this day. It's gorgeous. It's spectacular. Let's go get them.
After a quick change of clothes, Harry and I left Duck Key Marina and headed to some backcountry flats that lie on Marathon's bayside,
within sight of the fabled overseas highway built by Henry Flagler in the 1920s. Now, I'm not superstitious, but I couldn't help wondering whether the spectacular tequila sunrise that greeted us this muggy June morning was a sign of good things yet to come. Within minutes, we spotted several tarpon rolling on the surface. Because sound travels 4 times faster through the water than it does through the air, Harry immediately throttled back on the engine so he could ease his flat skiff closer to the fish without spooking them in the shallow water. Dawn in the Florida Keys is always a special time, and as we began our silent stalk across the glassy surface of the grass flats, it seemed like tarpon were everywhere. But spotting fish and fooling them into eating a few perfectly tied chicken feathers for breakfast don't automatically go hand in hand.
Andy,
Yeah,
how sweet is this?
pretty.
I mean,
It's way.
here we are, here the poon is, and what? They're biting? Oh, yes. There was a tarpon off the corner. There's another tarpon right there, 2 tarpon right there. Yeah. Good. Try it right now. Easy. Come on, baby, come up. He's coming. Here he comes. Got him. Hang on, Andy. Good job.
All right.
Woohoo! That was so beautiful. His tail was just waving in the air.
It's like, here I am.
Here I am.
Yes. Yes, darling. It's one way to wake up in the morning. Boosh. It's like I felt a little bit reluctant to yell, but I thought, I can't scare the fish because that fish is already scaring them. You know what? The only thing I could see, at first I could see the whole fish, then I could only see the tail, and when I started stripping, I was just reading the fish by its tail. All of a sudden I see the tail go like this, I go, oh, he's got to see it.
Yeah,
Sure
yeah,
enough.
exactly. I thought the same thing. I thought you were too far in front of him. His tail just go, oh, I think I'm waking up.
Yeah.
What is this out here?
Oh, a
Oh,
little
dinner. Whoosh.
yeah. Mullet breakfast. Stealth mode. There's another big tail sticking up. Did you see that?
How far?
100 yards.
Andy, it's your turn to pull me. Share the bow?
Share the
Way.
bow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
off.
Strip it in the rest way, Andy.
You just threw the fly on the
Did you
jump
throw
there.
it?
Yeah, I see my fly. Too bad. That was a nice fish.
Andy, look out in the edge of that white spot. See his tail?
Right out here.
No, a little to the right. Yeah, right there. See him?
Which way is he facing? He's
Right,
facing left.
right.
Right? Right
Yeah.
side? Yeah, I see him now.
Okay.
There are 3.
Ooh, good cast. He's coming.
There he is.
Ooh!
Go, jump. You know what, Harry? I don't think I pay you enough.
You don't.
There he is. How beautiful are these things?
Gorgeous. Oh, these tarpon are fun.
They are so much fun. What a great place to practice for big tarpon, you know?
It's cool using a 10 weight, isn't it, Andy?
It's just so much more sensitive, you know? Like you said, it gives these guys a little bit better of a chance. Okay. Come on.
I'm like a dog waiting for a bone over here.
There you go.
Come here, baby.
How often do you fight these with like 2 and 4 pound tests?
Hello. Hello.
Boy, he gobbled it, didn't he?
Yeah, pretty good. There you go. Here goes, Mr. Poon. We see that bug.
The bug's hurt.
Is the bug hurt?
The tip is hurt. Look at the big kink in it.
We can change that. Ooh, it's a one-eyed jack. Look, his eyes got.
Smashed it.
Yeah, we'll rig up another one.
As Harry had predicted, the tarpon seemed to be running less than 50 pounds, an even match on medium-class tackle. But to tip the playing field in the tarpon's direction, he suggested switching to ultralight tippet.
Andy, we're going to try some 4-pound tippet now that you've caught a couple on 8-pound. I've got a little number 1 hook here with a little needlefish fly, a little 40-pound shock, and then some 4-pound mason. Little angel hair. Think you're up to this?
I might be biting off more than I can chew, partner. 4 pounds is pretty light. My concern is when they eat it, you know, because that's where you got to set that hook. I mean, it's a smaller hook, so it'll probably penetrate easier.
Well, I've caught a lot of fish on 4-pound. You can pull pretty good. You can double your rod, and it should take care of itself. Just don't.
Just let it come tight when they eat it. Then
Yeah,
don't
just
try to
bring
hit
it
too
tight.
hard.
That's all. Just bring it tight.
Okay. Well, let's see what's going to happen. We could be making a fly donation here, Part. But
all
obviously
right.
you got a bunch left.
Yeah, we got plenty of chicken.
Okay.
Murphy's Law must have been written by a fisherman, because no matter how many variables you think you've got covered, there's always one you forget, until it's too late.
He's got it.
4 pound, here we go. Stay in,
Whoa,
hook.
you got your
Stay
drag
in, hook.
light?
Is it light? You know. I had my drag set for the other stuff. Fly donation. How wild was that? You know what? Just as he jumped, I went up to take that drag off, and it was just like, pop.
Well, I got another tippet ready for you.
All right. God, that was wild.
As I quickly discovered, another secret to success in ultralight tackle is learning to anticipate the unexpected.
Bow, 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 bow. Get down off of there. Really bow when he comes up. Really throw the rod at him.
What's the world record on 4 pound? About
Bigger than that.
60 pounds, isn't it?
No, it's 42 pounds.
42? This is too sweet for words.
Oh, look at more poonage.
Look at that other fish coming in.
Doing good, Andy. 4 pounds not hard yet, is it?
I'm just
Pulling
amazed.
I'd say you're pulling a pound on him with the way your rod is bent. That's it. Just got to react quickly and you'll be fine. Yes, good job, good job.
I'm a little nervous. I've never caught a fish on 4 pound.
Well, you still haven't.
There he goes.
Hey, Andy, still haven't caught
I
one
still
on
haven't
4
caught one.
Okay, I got another tippet rigged up.
Oh God, is that funny? You know, it's amazing because you, like you said, you can pull very hard, but you got to watch the tail. When they kick, you got to
Yeah.
let them go. That was way cool.
As the sultry summer sun climbed higher in the sky, rising water temperature drove the tarpon from the flats into deep channels, so we decided to break for lunch.
Harry, you've been out here for 23 years, and from this perspective, it's pretty immense, but I think after the movie A River Runs Through It, the rivers are more crowded, these flats are more crowded. How sophisticated has the fishing become, and what do you foresee it being in another 10, 15 years?
Well, it has gotten a lot more difficult, as I just said, you know, if the fish are fresh. Well, it used to be a group of fish would come in and myself and maybe 1 or 2 other guides would be the only people that ever messed with them for a month or so, or 6 weeks. So if you just went there once a week or so, they always stayed fresh. But now there's probably 10 times as many people fishing for them. And because of that, there's more and more people seeing other people fishing in areas, so places become, there's no more secrets, basically.
Harry, I've been doing this. I've been fishing for a long time, since I've been 10, but flats fishing in the salt water. I've been fishing for about 6 years, and I feel as if you've taught me more than anyone else I've ever fished with. Almost to the point you're my mentor. Who was yours, and what did they teach you?
Ah, that's cool. When I was a little kid, my older brother John and I fished together all the time, and we had a gentleman that owned a tackle store in Tampa named Tony Diaz, and he always would kind of help us out as kids. And of course, when you're from 7 to 14, you're not a professional fisherman, but he was an early mentor. And then when I moved down here, I'd have to say Steve Huff. He, not that he told me places or how to do things, but just visiting with him and being around him. He's such a great fisherman. He's probably the greatest fisherman I've ever known. I mean, he's a great explorer, adventurer, just tremendous work ethic, and I patterned myself after him. He was my inspiration to get me to where I am today.
What makes you as good as you are? There are a lot of guides out here, and they've been here for a long, long time, but not many as successful as you are.
Well, I think some of the characteristics that I exhibit that have helped me to be a good guide are hard work. I've never been afraid to push the boat and stay out long hours and to learn. And then I have a real adventuresome spirit. I love to explore and find new places, and I never was satisfied with what I knew. I'm still not. And then always, ever since I was a little kid, I just kind of had a knack of being able to fool fish. And over the years, the 20-some years I've been fishing professionally, I've kept working on that and honing those skills of fooling fish and tying flies. You've seen my fly room and all the patterns I like to tie. I like to invent new things that'll work. I'll just think about it. You know, sometimes nothing happens for months, and then all of a sudden I'll come up with a new pattern that I think, oh, this might work. And that fly we were using this morning was an example of that. It's just something that kind of came to me, and I go, oh, let's try this. It's not a completely different fly, but it's slightly different. And so those things, I think, are the skills or the attributes that I have that have really helped me become a good fisherman.
What's an angler's responsibility in preparation to get the most out of his week of fishing?
An angler, if he really wants to get the most out of what's available in his fishing trip, he needs to practice, for one thing. I see so many people come down here from one year to the next, and they don't cast their rods, and they just get down here and they can't deliver the fly. So that's one thing that a person can work on. As far as seeing fish and being prepared for the different kind of conditions we have, you really can't do that much for it. But I really believe a person should, to get the most out of his trip, he should practice his casting, and so at least that variable isn't one that takes him down or keeps him from catching a great fish.
What would you like to pass on to your children from this world of fishing?
From the fishing, I'd love to let them see it, you know, to enjoy it if they do. No pressure. Never make them, you know, into a great fly fisherman or a great guide, but just take them out, let them do what they like to do. You know, little John Hunter, who's 6, he's last summer probably hooked 20 big tarpon. If you ask John Hunter today, John Hunter, you want to go fish for big tarpon? He'll say, no way, I want some snappers or little cudas or bonnet sharks, you know, something little. So I just hope they get a love of nature like I do. If that's the way they're bent, they're going to get to see it, I know that, and they'll get to experience it. So, you know, that's putting in the time and giving them a chance is what I'd like to be able to do.
You've done a lot of fishing. What's your favorite species?
Oh, you can't get me on that one, bro. I love all our fish. Yeah, and you know how much I love tarpon. Well, I've always figured it this way. If I allowed myself a favorite fish, I would diminish the other ones. So I've always just loved them all whenever I'm fishing for them.
Harry, your reputation precedes you as a man down here in the Keys with an illustrious career, successful fishing career. But you also have a great family, and a family life is very important to you. If you could represent who Harry Spear is in a few words, what would those words be?
I'd hope it read, a man who loved God, who loved his family, and loved to fish.
Of the 3 fabled species that comprise the Flats Grand Slam, the mighty tarpon has always held a special place in my heart, unmatched by the speedy bonefish or the elusive permit. It's because of its awesome size and breathtaking aerobatics. Just as the child one day becomes a parent, so too the eager student inevitably assumes the role of teacher. And I can't help wondering whether the passion I feel for these very special fish will someday burn as brightly in the hearts of my sons.